on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Mr. Villa for Life, and in today's video, guys, we're going to be discussing a match preview for Astonvilla's game against Norwich City at Carrow Road on Saturday lunchtime / post-match reaction to the Reading game earlier this week on Tuesday night. So before I start, guys, I just want to say that I have made some notes in this video, so if you do see me looking away from the screen, that it's only because I'm going to be looking at my notes to discuss what I want to say in this video. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the Reading game first of all. What can I say about the game? Training session. That's what it was, guys, training session. You know, Reading didn't show up. You know, Reading were absolutely terrible in my opinion. You know, they made Villa look like Barcelona or something. You know, from start to finish, all Villa, dominant, and you know, Reading, they didn't show any fights or anything, which, you know, it's disappointing, you know, because Villa were the better team. We deserved the win. So anyway, guys, let's move on to the red card. Reading got a red card about half an hour into the game. I thought, you know, that now we're down 10 men. If anything, guys, I thought it would make it harder for Villa, because I thought, oh, here we go, you know, Reading are going to put everyone behind the ball. We're going to find it hard to get away through the defence. We're just going to not be able to break them down. And you know, I think it happened earlier in the season against Middlesbrough, and you know, where they got a man sent off, and then Villa found it extremely difficult, you know, to find a way through. And you know, so that's that. Moving on to our fullbacks. In the first half, you know, it was a 0-0. You know, we had numerous chances to score in the first half, and if only the fullbacks, Neil Taylor and Mohammadi, if only they could cross the ball better, you know, maybe we could have got 1 or 2 goals in. You know, the quality of their crossing was pretty poor in that game. You know, I'm not saying they played bad. It was just that in the final third, when they was crossing the ball, you know, it was just terrible. And you know, if you know, better quality, you know, like I said, we'll probably get a goal or 2. But it wasn't to be in that first half. Anyway, moving on from that anyway, guys. I think with Reading, because obviously they've got a new manager, Paul Clement's come in, you know, excuse me, he hasn't had time, you know, to get the style of play that he wants to get out of Reading as of yet. You know, Reading are going on a really bad form away from home. I mean, if it's 1 in 10, 1 in 11 victories away from home now, and you know, I think it's just going to take time for Paul Clement to get Reading to play the way he wants to get them to play. You know, it was the same for us when we was in this sort of position. You know, last season and the season before when we got relegated. You know, we was always like bouncing between what was our best team. You know, how can we get the best out of the players of him? I mean, last season with Steve Bruce, you know, we didn't know what our best team was, and we struggled. You know, we wasn't where we wanted to be. But this season, you know, I think he's got it right. I know, yeah, okay, we ain't going to get automatic promotion, but if you offered me playoffs at the start of the season, you know, any Villa fan, you're going to take it. So, you know, Steve Bruce has done a fantastic job. Anyway, moving on, guys. I'm going to talk about the stats to show you how actually dominant Villa was in the game. I'll bring them up on screen for you now. So, anyway, so here we go. 28 shots for Villa, 13 on target, 4 for Reading, none on target. I think that sums majority up, you know, how dominant we actually were. You know, we had 75 to 80% possession of the ball throughout the whole game. So, you know, Reading, you know, they've probably tried, you know, they've tried their best, but, you know, Villa were just too good for them. We were just too good for them on the day, and don't forget Reading are fighting against relegation at the moment, 5 points off the bottom, and they need all the points they can get. But you do fear for them if they play like we did against Villa on Tuesday night. And because Birmingham, they've won the last 2. Now they're gonna start catching them, and if these teams win at the bottom and Reading can't, then Reading are going to find themselves down in the relegation places. Anyway, let's talk about the goals for Aston Villa first of all. Berke Bjarnason, as soon as the second half kicks off, 46th minute, pings one lovely into the far corner. That makes it 1-0. And to be honest, guys, when that goes in, there's only going to be one winner then. Once we've gone a goal ahead, I don't think Villa's ever lost a game, or we've either drawn or we've won. So, lovely goal. And that set us on our way. There was only ever going to be one result from there. Anyway, second goal, Conor Hourihane, crossed in by Robbie Snodgrass. Took a bit of a, nick off one of the Reading defenders' noggin, and it fouled nicely for Conor Hourihane, who just headed it comfortably into the corner of the goal. That makes it 2-0. And then, of course, Scotty Hogan for the third. Mannone, what are you doing, lad? Terrible mistake by Mannone. He tries to be clever, tries to play, trick Scott Hogan. You're never going to be able to do that, Mannone. So big error from the goalkeeper. Scott Hogan nicks it off him, comfortably slots it into the net, and that makes it 3-0. And pretty much the game was over by then anyway. But that was Reading poor defensively the whole game. It was just all Villa. So anyway, moving on from that, guys. Now we'll talk about the Norwich game this Saturday. We'll move on from Reading now. We'll talk about the game, what's going to happen this Saturday. I'm just going to look at my notes, guys. Give us a sec. Right, Norwich City, Aston Villa. Norwich City, picked up a bad result last time out. I think losing 4-1 to QPR. And coming into this game, I think Norwich will, want to try and, try and pick themselves up from that defeat, because that is a horrific defeat in my opinion. Obviously, Villa are going to come into this game with more confidence, and I say a lot, and I'm not trying to, but I do. We should be getting the 3 points, guys, in this game. To our previous draw against Norwich City, we played them earlier in the season at Villa Park. 4-2 victory to Villa. Good game, Norwich, they played okay. They had some of the defending by Villa in that game was pretty shocking, really, to be fair. So but it was a 4-2 victory in that game. Coming into this game, I think that I know our defence hasn't been all that great in the previous results against QPR, Bolton and Hull, even though the whole game was a 0-0 draw. But we could have easily lost that game, because Hull, they did have a shout for a penalty. Jack Grealish did handle the ball. It was a definite penalty, but the referee and the linesman don't give it. So, coming into this game, I think Norwich will try and pick themselves up, but I think Villa will come into this game with more, like I said, more confidence, and we should be picking up 3 points this Saturday, in my opinion. So, I'm going to move on to the lineup. What I think the lineup will be for Aston Villa this time out. Obviously, in goal, it's going to be Sam Johnston. Back four, I think Alan Hutton might come in for Neil Taylor this time. Then John Terry, James Chester, and Al Mohammadi. And then moving in front of just the defence, playing in front of them, I think Berke Bjarnason will start. I think he's had times this season where he's been pulled out of the team, which is pretty harsh, because he's been playing really well, and he's bagged a few goals for us. And when Steve Bruce pulls him out of games, it is a bit harsh. So in the way, yeah, I can understand, because like Mile Jednek, some games will suit him better than Bjarnason, and vice versa. But I think Bjarnason should keep his place this time. He scored like I said, he scored a fantastic goal against. Sorry guys, I'll move that out of the way. He scored a fantastic goal against Reading, and I think he will start again. Anyway, midfield, I think it'll be Robbie Snodgrass, Conor Hourihane, Jack Grealish, Albert Adoma, and up top, I think Scott Hogan will also keep his place. I don't think Lewis Grabban will come back in. I think he'll be on the bench, same as Jonathan Codger. And yeah, guys, that's the lineup really. What I think Villa will put out. Right, predictions for the game. I think it'll be tight. I think it'll be a tougher game for Aston Villa, this one. I'll go for a 2-1 Villa, and I'm going to go with Scotty Hogan to score, and I'm going to go with Albert Adoma to grab a goal in this game. And for Reading, I'm not sure what players have got, so I can't say. But anyway, guys, yeah, if you guys think it'll be a different scoreline, let me know in the comments below. And tell me what you guys think that the result will be against Norwich on Saturday. And anyway, guys, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and that's it, guys. Take care. Bye, guys.